you're the first one. So you know what? Good evening, everybody. Soon I'll be incentivizing people to uh, to give to say hello to me. I gotta do that to premium more customers. Well, premium customers very very slow to reaction. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I want to do a visual test and a sound test to see everything's okay. Okay. Can someone say hello to me? I just want to make sure the internet is okay. Eric, Eric T, are you Eric Tiong? I just want to make sure. Yeah, QI, good to see you. Yes, JS Park, good to see you. Siu Sing, good to see you. Everybody, wow, I cannot even say fast enough. Hey, everybody, please give a like. And for those, Eric Tan, okay, there's another Eric Tiong, the one I got, the one that actually gives some advice on the Malaysian house property is. Everybody, please hit like. Okay, that's very important to me. Yes, I saw a JB house. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, it's good on my side. Okay, we'll do a sound test and visual test that all is okay. Okay, so I'm in the okay, so I'm in the comfort of my hotel room. B, is there a reason why the hotel is a room a little bit warm? Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay. Okay, sound is good. Okay, what about the visual? The visual is okay. Why nobody click like, yeah? Sorry. Okay. I assume that all the people who are coming right now, they already have. Yes, Custom, good to see you. They already have are subscribers to my channel. Okay. And along the way, but hitting like will help me tremendously. Yes. Yes. Good to see you too. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for the congratulations. Appreciate this. Is a house that we really like. Okay. Um, by the way, have everybody seen that video on the house? Um, have everybody seen a video on the house? Who has not seen the video of the house? It is not flaunting. Today, today is quite important for me to talk about this because I want to share this concept. I want to share this concept with a lot of people. Anybody have not seen? Do you have anything to recommend for better sleep? Yes, I do have. Okay, you're absolutely right. I actually do have one. Uh, I'm testing out. Mm, yes, good. Okay. For those the person is that needs some tip on sleeping well. I actually have a Chinese medicine. Okay, sound can hear but a bit break up. She thinks that a bit break up. Can everybody hear me or everybody has this breakup problem? Mm, okay. Sounds okay. All right. No breakup. Okay. So is that okay? Hmm. Okay. Very good. Okay. Let's start now. Shall we? Okay. So I bought a house. Yeah. I love your master bedroom. Very big. I love the walk-in wardrobe. The walk-in wardrobe is like my wife. My wife is like smitten, right? Smitten, right? The minute she go in, she feel like just don't want to go out already. It's like it's all women's dream like that. But today, I'm going to talk about my experience and process. And I think there's a lot to learn. My process. My new house is so big that can play badminton. I'm not too sure about it lah. Not so big Play at the road maybe can lah. I don't think can play I don't think can play at the house. We can play at the house badminton. Cannot right? Mm. Not so big. Yeah, me too. We smitten on it. Okay. Hmm. Good evening, Chiu Sim. Good to see you. Okay, everybody give a like, please. What? Okay, can play ping pong? Can yes, ping pong can. Hmm. Okay, so what I've done is that my wife and I have placed a booking fee and signed a contract with a seller, and we bought a house in Austin Heights. Okay. Hmm. I thought it was a link bungalow, but actually it's a semi D. Okay. Mm, the site has some link together. Yes, I did bargain. It's a very complicated process of bargaining. The houses are linked together on the site, which I didn't see, to be frank. I thought they extend it out because the other smaller house was called Link Bungalow, and it looks almost identical and congruent. It's just that this is bigger. But apparently, this one at the site, at the site. Okay, imagine this is the house. Okay, this house. There's a wall here, and right at the back has one connection to back to the other house. Okay, so to this wall. Mm, and their house I can't see, but it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, I'm not that familiar with landed property and things like that. Maybe in Malaysia, bungalow got share house. I was quite sure it's called I look at the title deed right now. Okay. Mm, it's called a semi-D in Malay. Okay. Mm, yeah. The neighbors have people staying. Okay. It's a freehold house, so it's about 17 years old. Okay. The bathtub, the toilet is really bigger than a HDB two-room flat. The toilet is maybe not there, lah, but the toilet plus that walk-in walk-in wardrobe is already bigger than my living room. Yeah, that that master bedroom is like my my HDB downstairs the entire space. Okay, but now if I bought that for let's say 10 million or $100 million a good class bungalow, at least I'm how leaning. But it's nothing Howlin, you know why not? Because quite a lot of people can afford it now. You might say, hey, but Mr. Lu, you come out about, five, $600,000 of Sing dollars to buy, but a lot of people can afford it if you take a loan actually, because I haven't, I probably not taking a loan. I can wait until later, but I probably not taking a loan. Uh, and I'll talk about the loan side, but a lot of people can actually afford it because you can easily pay up. Let's say now my house is a bit big, but let's say if you bring down the size by one third, okay, or one quarter, you could get one at 1.5 million ringgit easily. At 1.5 million ringgit is 1.5 million ringgit times 2% is about, it's probably about how much is that? 1.5, where's the calculator? Okay, like 1.5 million times zero point 0.2. Okay, is you come out with 300,000 Sing, which is not small. Don't get me wrong. You could easily buy a landed house. Yeah, really quite easily. Okay, and yeah. Okay. My original intention. So my buying process was this. Okay, so when we went in like many times. Seen like I don't know 30 houses or something like that. Uh, The location is at this place called Austin Heights. Excuse me, Coming track my teeth. Hmm. The place is called Austin Heights. So Austin Heights is a very prime area. I would compare it like a Holland V equivalent. Xiu Qing, will you agree? Holland V equivalent. Xiu Qing goes there for golfing. I went to the golf club, but I don't golf. So, mm, okay. If the house is empty, is it safe to leave it? Yes. Okay, so that place, and I'll talk about it. That place is super gated and guarded. Yes, you have to drive there. Okay. So let me tell you my entire buying journey. How about that? Okay. And in order to do that, please everybody click a like. Okay, and hit subscribe, please. Okay, hit like, hit subscribe. Now I want to describe to you so that everybody. The aim is not to flaunt, but aim is to share everybody who's keen in a in a retirement option in Malaysia. Okay. Now I don't want to go into this. There's a lot of people having this political debate. Why is Singapore prices so high? I cannot retire in Singapore. The government has failed me. I gotta go Malaysia and retire. What the hell? Okay, you're not happy. The government don't take it out on me. Keep that conversation away. I want to focus on this. But I'm not going there as a refugee. Okay, I got people writing and saying even if Mr. Lu cannot afford to retire in Singapore, what hope do we have? No, no, no. I can afford to retire in Singapore, but I choose to have a holiday house, a semi-retirement in Malaysia and semi-retirement in Singapore. Okay. So first of all, the thought process must be correct, right? I think I would love the option of a partial retirement in Singapore and Malaysia together. So I love to go to Malaysia. The food there is great. I've got a lot of relatives there. I love the environment there. I love to go fishing there and a lot of space and things like that. So I love that. So I think that must be first right first, okay? But I still love to stay in Singapore. So I would say, some days in Singapore, some days in Malaysia. I think that's a wonderful life. So the original process started when I was in Chinese New Year. I stayed over at relative's house, and he told me that this humongous house, he's in Austin Heights as well, humongous house that he has. He says that the going rate is about 1.92 million dollars. I say it can't be, man. Okay, no, I said Sing dollar. I said no, ringgit. I say it can't be. You must be joking, man. This What is a mansion like house? 1.92 million dollars. How can that be, man? Then they say, really, really, really. Then I was like, you? Is it not? No, I damn swaku, right? So, then and the place is like super prime. I'll talk about how prime it is. So I went to walk around after dinner. I walk a lot, right? So I walk. Wow, this place actually quite nice. It have a has a feeling of Sixth Avenue, that kind of feeling, right? And it's super guarded and gated, fence very high. The security would not let one mosquito come in. That kind of tightness, right? So I was like, wow, hmm, not bad, not bad. So while I was walking, I thought, wow, every house so mansionette, no mansion size. I was like, then I went down to take a look. They're actually smaller units as well, right? So there are four types. One is a humongously big. Those are, I don't know, 5-8 million ringgit houses. They are humongously big. I don't know, 10,000 square feet. That kind of house. That damn big. It's so private. Hmm. Okay. Um, about humongously. Those are mega. Then there are some that are about my house size. About 4,000 square feet house, and then there are some smaller one at 3,000 square. Then there are some about 3,000 square feet and 2,000 square. So there are different sizes. The smallest one, $800,000, you can get 900,000. But Singapore, you minimally need to cross a barrier of 1 million. That's a foreigner's restriction. But at $1 million, about close to $300,000, you can get pretty decent semi-D and terraces already. Mm, they call it cluster house. Okay, cluster. It actually looks like a semi-D. So it's actually very beautiful. So I was thinking about that size, that house is it. Uh, so we hunted a lot about those houses. Then my then later when I take a look and look, I say, hey, really, this place, because I initially remember I did my live stream. I said, if you want to buy a Malaysia house, prepare to write it off totally. If I prepare to write off, don't need write off so much. Just buy a buy a $300,000 house enough, in Sing dollars. Then later, I realized that Malaysia is this way. Okay, Malaysia is such that if you buy prime, okay, prime like damn good location, you gotta pay a premium. It's the same as Singapore. But the difference is in Singapore, even you buy shit location, the prices will still go up. You buy a Jurong West extension, you buy a Pasir Ris, you buy a Punggol, whatever, those prices will go up as well. But in Malaysia, if you buy wrong, the prices won't go up at all. Okay, they will even depreciate, right? So, in my case, I've decided that I will buy prime and preserve value at least. Okay, preserve value at least. So, I decide if I'm gonna preserve value, then I better buy a damn good one, okay, and hope that it preserve value. So I changed tone from a write-off purchase. That means purchase that prepare write-off to a preservation of value, and if possible, some appreciation, right? Or at least decent appreciation. So I'm thinking a house, not just for staying there. Hopefully, you preserve value for lifetime. So, in the end, I was caught between a $1.45 million house, which in my earlier video I show it, versus this house. Okay, I've seen like 20, 30 houses, a lot. But this $1.45 million house is very, very old. It's a link bungalow. It's smaller than my current house that I bought. and I got to tear down, rebuild everything. To then the renovator, which is a trusted renovator, said that 300,000 $300,000 is enough. Correct? Okay, ah. Mm, so I say okay, 1.45 and then plus 300,000, 1.75. So I was prepared to go in that small house already. Okay. Then we saw this house, which is very nice. My current house I bought. I said I like the renovation concept, the simplicity, everything. So I asked the renovator, can you renovate this house into this house concept? The renovator said can, but a lot of extension needed, build up, whatever, but thing. I was like, okay lah. So that night I go back, I think, like prepare to make an offer. In fact, I made an offer already, 1.45, and the seller was like, I want 1.42, that kind of thing. Sorry, I want 1.42, you want 1.45, a fish market, like really, 5 cent, 10 cent negotiate, never mind. Then later I think, hey, the difference between 1.75 and 1.9 or 1.95 is only about 200,000 ringgit. 200,000 ringgit, okay, 200,000 ringgit, uh, divided by 3.34 is only about 60,000 sing. So it's like 60,000 sing. What the hell can 60,000 sing buy you? Not even a toilet in Singapore. Okay. But 60,000 sing can buy me a incredibly much bigger house, much bigger, humongously bigger. And I was like, then why do I need to expand, that? And there's a gentleman called Eric Tiong, which is very kind. He seems experienced in Malaysian renovation. He said that $300,000, he don't think so will make it. I also scared that later renovator quote $300,000. Then later, as our requirement goes up, become 400, 500, 600. I don't know what number. Then it go out of control, right? Then I think, myself buy one already built up, fully renovated. Just go in. Mm. So I said, yeah. So I said, "Correct. Can we get stuck my TQC?" Got it out. Now I can talk properly. So, mm, so, so then I decided that okay, I think this house, okay, this house is humongous, by my standard, okay, but I want a place like almost like a Neverland by Michael Jackson, that kind. A place where all my children and grandchildren would like to bring everybody here. I want to make it like a real nice place, lots of space. The whole family can get together, you know, and have a nice place. I want, for me, I told you before, children is the most important thing to me, and grandchildren, of course, will even be more important to me, right? So I want a place where everybody want to gather, maybe once a month or whatever, and maybe our 3 kids, hopefully if your have their own children, then they can come and enjoy the house whatsoever, right? So I want to maintain that kinship. There's no way I can afford such a humongous house in a prime location in Singapore. I don't know how much. Anybody know how much such a house will cost in Singapore? Let's say in Bukit Timah or in Holland. Don't even talk about Orchard Road. I don't know how much it will cost. I don't even think I don't even know it. Not even 5 million. 5 million can buy such a big house. Yeah, in Singapore. Okay. Yeah, I would think 15 million. Yeah. I don't know, 15 million, right? No way. 6 million. No way. 6 million Woodlands. Yeah. Yeah. 15, 20 million. Yeah. GCB price is damn freaking expensive. It's freaking expensive. 10. I don't know how much. I know it's a double digit million. I won't be able to afford it. Uh, without what my company going IPO. Even if my company IPO, I also won't dare to do it. So I said, forget it. Just buy it. And all the kids can come here, they can have wonderful time, whatever. So I think it's okay. And I will feel safe. I will feel safe because it's garden gated, it's very, very secure, right? So I think I discussed with my wife. I said, let's go for it, right? The seller refused to negotiate much to us, and eventually we say, okay, include the furnitures. Then it become a fish market negotiation about this furniture, that furniture. But in the end, it was settled, right? Now, so I think when we bought it, I think we were very happy. I'm still very happy right now. Uh, So that was the buying process. But let me give you a few tips, okay? Let me few tips. This is important. You might want to take note down, okay? And someone can write down for benefit of others. Buying a Malaysia house require connection, okay? If you have no connection, don't buy. I kid you not, don't buy. Now, I have the privilege of very close family relatives in Malaysia. Those connections they give us are incredible, okay? Yeah. 99-year leasehold terrace in UT Jurong West already 2 million. Must be joking, man. Yeah, right. Okay, let's not compare. So in Malaysia, it's who you know and not what you know. It's who you know, okay, not what you know. Connections are super important, okay? Because there are a lot of things we cannot figure out. You cannot figure out as a foreigner. You sure cannot scam. The scam risk is very, very high. Okay, so I've got a close relative that almost provide me a lot of connections and all this. That part is extremely important, extremely important. Okay. Number one, you need trusted agent. Agent must be trusted. That's the most important thing. You cannot go property guru and just go and buy. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Okay. You need trusted agents, right? So you need trusted agents, right? And 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 you can and it really there's a lot of buyer scam and all this kind of thing, right? Trusted agent, very important. Second thing you need is trusted lawyer. Trusted lawyer, very important. Your please don't go property guru and just Google and say, wow, this house very cheap, go buy. See what happened to you, okay? Yeah. There's a lot of stories on there. You need trusted agent. The agent, let's say you decide to buy a house, the agent might recommend you her agent or his agent. Don't use, okay? Don't use. Use a trusted agent, okay? Use a trusted agent. Now, maybe out of maybe huh? What did I say? A trusted lawyer, sorry. Trusted lawyer. So if the agent recommend you a lawyer, don't use. Okay? Hey, don't this is the most stupid thing, my when this house is being built, you know, the even though I trust the agent, but I don't. And she actually suggested that we use the seller's lawyer. That's damn stupid, right? Don't ever do that, okay? Never use the seller's lawyer if you're buying, okay? Use your own lawyer. It's conflict of interest. Now, in my case, the seller, okay, in the end, use my lawyer. That's okay. I don't care, okay? But but be careful not to use their lawyer, okay? It's very, very important. Dragon Tan Singapore lah. Dragon Tan not dealing in Malaysia, okay? Uh, the next thing is renovators. Renovators. You gotta use trusted one. You gotta use trusted one, okay? You gotta use trusted one. Mr. Lu, how do you know whether a place in Malaysia is not flood prone? Because my relative stays there. Okay. That's why I say it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's very, very important in Malaysia. I say again, if Malaysia you do not have trusted people that give you the information, don't ever think of buying a house there. Okay, it's very, very, very dangerous. Of course, you cannot trust agent. They'll say, "Oh, this place is very good. Nothing will happen. No flood, whatever." You believe. You believe. Okay. So in my case, I have the privilege of actually relatives staying there. So I got the real information, right? So it's important. So if you watch my video on my video that day when I was filming that video, it was storming, it was raining cats and dogs, and it didn't flood. Okay, so not only my relative told me that day I have a first-hand account, so it didn't flood. So pass. Okay. Um. The next thing is don't buy don't buy a land. Don't buy a new development. Okay. Don't buy a new development. Dragon Malaysian relative land. I don't know who's Dragon Malaysian relative. Okay, so don't buy a new development. It's very dangerous because new development we've seen a lot of it now. A lot of them turn out ghost town. Don't say, oh, this developer is a trusted developer. Built this place very nice. Yeah, he built this place very nice. The next development turned out shit. I seen it. Okay, with my own eyes. So Austin Heights. was built by this developer. Austin Kiara, which is just across the road, was also built by the same developer. Ghost town versus a highly populated place. No, no fight. Yeah. Don't ever do that. Buy a new development is very dangerous. I said, okay, so I take you will take a lot of risk doing that. Now a lot of agents are gonna hate me, but don't do it. So I buy a 17-year-old house is or 18-year-old house is because I know there's a lot of 人气, a lot of people there, rich people there and things like that. Then it's why ghost town? Yeah, because Malaysia oversupply. There's a lot of supply. So you only want to buy places where it's really packed with people, atas people, whatever. And you know what? This place are expensive. This place expensive. I can easily within a 1 or 2 kilometer radius buy this house at at two-thirds the price. Okay, but it will not be a very nice place. Yeah. Mm. Okay. So I bought Austin Heights. Okay, Austin Heights is very atas, very atas. I like it especially because of one point, and it's unique to Austin Heights. The rich developer, I think is called Dato Steve Chong. Okay, his own house is right smack in the middle of Austin Heights. His house is humongous. I can see from there. I don't know, like 50,000 square feet or something like that. It's like humongously big. Nobody can see it. It's barricaded, but it's let's say this is the whole compound. I don't know, 3 kilometer by 3 kilometers. I don't know, just his house is right smack inside. It's very very big. Okay, but anyway, because his house is inside, the security is extra tight. Because he wants to protect himself, you end up protecting everybody, right? So that's why I really like it. Okay, so as long and you know what, the people inside are all super atas. I don't know how many dato are there. You know why I know how many dato are there? Because the house outside got the word dato. And what's one level above dato? Dato Tan. No, not Tan Siri. Dato Siri. Dato Siri are also there. So a lot of big shots are there. And I know my neighbors, if I very paiseh, I'm sorry, 我丢你们新加坡的脸啊. Okay. Mr. Lu a bit give Singapore no face. My car is a Honda Visa. I drive there. Everybody drives minimally a Mercedes, a BM. I don't know how many Lamborghini, Ferrari, and all these things are there. But it's like my neighbors are like ultra rich, that kind of people. And then come this cheapo church mouse that in Singapore stay in the HDB, that kind of thing, right? So and uh, and amazingly, you know what? The neighbors are super friendly, super friendly. You know why? When we were walking around like swaku, looking around like that, the neighbors came out. And that time I was still house hunting. The neighbors came out and welcome us and say hello to us. Very nice people, rich, nice people, right? So I thought it was like, it was quite amazing, right? So, yeah. Um, I want to talk about bank loans, okay? You saw a MERS in my video. Yes, it's not mine. Okay, that MERS is a minimal already. It's like, I, and me and B, when we actually said that, my wife and I said that when we are there, we will park our Singapore car there and buy what is a Toyota Hilux. You know, the Toyota Hilux is a high-powered pickup, high-end pickup now. Okay, but it's still a pickup now. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I'm going to drive a Malaysian car. Okay, we talk about bank loans. Okay, bank loans. So I did some research. I understand that it's actually quite easy to get bank loans for as Singaporeans. So let's say if you buy a house, don't talk about $2 million house like mine. Let's say, oh, my wife is there. Okay, so let's say you get a $2 million house. It's quite possible to get an 80% loan as a foreigner. Now, this one don't quote me, but what I heard is like that. Okay, there's quite a few nice Malaysian audience, actually wrote to me and told me. In fact, excuse me, there is a Malaysian audience. I won't name his name. He's actually staying in Austin Heights. Yeah. Okay, so he also shared with me some experience, right? So we are actually neighbors now. Okay, so So he stayed maybe about a few hundred meters away from me and things like that. So I thought it's very interesting. So really, that place is like atas, right? So you actually can get a loan for about 80%, and the Malaysian bank actually like it because Singapore Sing dollar high ma, your income is high. So actually it's quite easy to get a loan. The interest rate now is about 4%, about same as Singapore. Mm, okay. So uh, so far the agent commission is about 1%. The stamp duty plus legal fees plus I don't know what other fees are about 6% all in all. So I think it's okay. It's okay for me. Let me also talk something that I actually discovered. Don't buy condo. Condo got no value in Malaysia. Okay, it's not Malay, it's JB, no value. Okay, no value. Okay, no value. The locals like landed property. The foreigners also like landed property. Only the foreigners like condo because stupid Singaporean think that condo in Singapore is very, very popular. Uh go and buy condo in Malaysia. No. I don't know about KL, Penang, Thailand, whatsoever. I'm just talking about JB. Okay. Buy condo, there's a good chance you will regret terribly because number one, the maintenance is terrible. There's maintenance. The maintenance is terrible after a few years, and it gets complicated. People staying there and all this. I did a few Airbnb in Malaysia in condo. It doesn't look very good. Okay, uh, the the bite size for landed house is between 1 million to 1.5 million. Okay, that kind of house, the kind of price range Malaysian can easily afford. You don't think Malaysian very poor? Malaysian very rich. Okay, Malaysian very rich. A lot of people think that Malaysian very poor. By the way, we have 500 people. Can all give a like? Why you also meow with a like? Please, and hit subscribe, please. Uh, Malaysian actually, a lot of Malaysian are actually very rich, very rich. Okay, so they can easily take a bite size of 1.1 million to 1.5 million. Okay, so that is a quite bite size. I stretch myself a bit on the high side, but I can see a rich Malaysian can easily afford my house. Okay, now in Singapore, I said this before. In Singapore, price appreciation is a like almost guaranteed. Okay, almost guaranteed. But in Malaysia, price appreciation is not guaranteed. A lot of places, especially developers launch, a lot of them I've seen so many the house just don't appreciate, even depreciate and things like that. Now, I bought this house without knowing it, but as I told you, there was a Malaysian staying in Austin Heights. He sent me a house price record, Austin Heights. It went up by 3 times over 10 years. 3 times. I was like, wow, well, okay, that's a lucky strike. I didn't even know that. I was prepared to buy and just hopefully store the value. But this one has appreciated 3 times. 3 times. Wow, that was amazing, right? So I don't know whether it go up by 3 times in future, but that's why I say buy good, buy expensive, but at least preserve the value. And I think there's a good chance for appreciation as well. So with 3 times, buy one time, give one time away to depreciation of the ringgit, I think it's still okay. Hmm. Um, Now, I didn't buy with the hope that there is an appreciation, but let me just say this with a you gotta take this with a pinch of salt, okay? The Malaysian Singapore RTS link is gonna could be connected in 2026, okay? By 2026, the RTS link will ferry 10,000 people every hour. 10,000 people every hour. And that's gonna make traffic a lot smoother, a lot smoother. Mm, the Malaysian now is a very different from Malaysia 10 years ago, very different. It's a lot more secure. Okay. It's a lot more secure. There's a lot more nicer. And I think don't forget, Austin Heights appreciated by 3 times during the period where Mahathir and the previous previous prime ministers, complicated prime ministers were reigning, Now with Anwar coming in, and everybody believes and hope that Anwar will be a better government. I also hope so. Let's hope. So even if Anwar were to be sorry, even with when Anwar were to maintain just status quo, I think there's a good hope that the housing appreciate. But if Anwar turned out to be a damn good government, like Jokowi, had how he turned Indonesia around, do you know what would happen to Malaysia houses? Okay, especially Singapore houses. Now there's one more thing that's very, very important that everybody missed out. There is a visa called MM2H. Malaysia, my second home. MM2H. MM2H requirement has gone up tremendously. You need 1 million ringgit, you need 40,000, prove that you have 40,000 ringgit every month and things like that. As a result, I think the application had dropped by 90%. The the home minister or the foreign tourism minister, one of them, home minister, I think, of Malaysia just came out and said that soon we'll revise this easier. When that happened, floodgates will freaking come over to Malaysia. The two cities will benefit tremendously is KL and JB for sure, for sure. The MM2H requirement now is actually very tight. Even Mr. Lu, even I can meet the monetary requirement, cannot meet the non-monetary requirement. Yeah, it requires me to spend 90 days in Malaysia. How the hell am I going to do that? Yeah, I'm traveling. Okay. So so I think I wouldn't like bet on it. I would put it as a huge upside, okay, which I hope that will happen. Anwar turned out to be a great prime minister. RTS Singapore link will connect a lot of traffic. And next one is MM2H, lower is barrier. We're gonna have a lot of floodgates coming in. So it is yeah, Susan, good night to you. So a lot of people might come in. Okay, so I consider this an upside. When there is a floodgates, where do you think will go up the most? In Singapore, when the floodgates come, the Chinese come and things like that, which part of Singapore go up the most? Punggol, Simei, no, right? It's right at Orchard Road or they call it the OCR, is it? Okay, or CCR, OCR, whatever, the core area. But in Malay in JB OCR, sorry, in JB, I then bet on the prime area lah. Okay, so I actually think that that's a great place, Austin Heights, to get it. Okay. Mm, Now some people say that I am Mr. Lu, I cannot afford landed house, or I don't feel like buying landed house, or I think it's a risky thing. Rent. Rent is a rent is a very viable option. Rent is a very viable option. My house, I think rental maximum 4,000 ringgit. I don't know what is 4,000 ringgit, 1,000 a few $100. You can't even rent a toilet in Singapore, man. Yeah. So my house, I think maximum 4,000. How much is 4,000 in Sing dollars term, right? Okay, let me try. 4,000 ringgit. 4,000 ringgit divided by 3.34. That is 1,200 Sing only. What can you rent 1,000? One bedroom. I don't even know where is enough in today's terms. Hmm. Okay. So keep politics out of this conversation, please. Yeah. Okay. So Simon says correct. With 60% ABS imposed on foreigners, those hot money might flow into the JB property market. With now Mr. Lu talking about it so much. Okay. So uh, now let's talk about security. Okay. Security is a big one of the biggest concern. Now security. Let me just say this. Okay. Compared to what Malaysia was 10, 20 years ago, Malaysia was a wild, wild west then. The Malaysia today is very different, very different. Now, I'm not saying it's totally crime free, and I'm not saying that it's at Singapore standard, but today is a lot more safer, no? I went to KL and walk around. You still do walk a lot, right? I went there for business trip. At night, I walk around, nothing. Safer than Europe, safer than Italy, safer than France, safer than Spain. Yeah, it's so much safer. Jonathan, you're right. So much safer. In JB, I went there. I walk. I didn't walk 100 meters, 200 meters, but I walk in 10 over kilometers one, It's it's yeah, I never met any complications. Safe. Now, is it safer in Singapore? No. Okay. But Singaporean too pampered cannot tahan a bit of insecurity. Yeah. So yeah, you feel safe, right? If you feel you cannot take a bit of insecurity, don't come out. Don't step out of Singapore. Just stay in a cozy Singapore, stay in your house whatsoever. It's fine as well. But you know, people like me who stay in freaking, third world country like Europe, okay, where security is really terrible. I walk in the street every 10 steps, I gotta turn my head back and see everybody following me, or everybody touching my back or that kind of thing, right? I don't need to do that in Malaysia, no. Yeah, I don't need to do that in Malaysia at all. Yeah, so actually it's very, very safe. Plus, Austin Night is like freaking super garden gated. You cannot, no, not one house fly can pass the gate, if you do not have the permission of the owner. And they got QR codes that you can scan and security, everything, is really, really very tight, very, very tight. And by the way, not just Austin Heights, but this has almost become a norm in those gated and guarded community already. Okay. Now I need to say this as well. The buying process of a JV house is complicated. Is complicated. It can take up to 6 to 7 months. Okay, 6 to 7 months. Uh, for those like my process, you will 6 to 7 months. But for those with loans, even loans, it can take up to 9 to 12 months, easily. So it's a very long process, and especially for foreigners. So you got to prepare for a long process. So it's actually safe. It's actually a long one. Okay. I got no rush. I'm preparing for a long holiday, a house in future. I don't have a rush in it, but I just want to share everybody that buying process is very long and connections are important. Now there's a process called they use runners. Runners, they pull string and things like that. You got to pay the runner will speed the process for you, but I got no rush, so I don't do that. But what I'm saying is that normal process in that. Now, as I say, in Malaysia, everything is about connections. If you don't know shit about connections, don't buy a house there, right? It's not difficult. Okay, it's not difficult. Yes. So I am actually thinking about trying to set up a service, a commercial service to help Singaporeans to buy house in Malaysia. Okay, and there are a lot of questions there are consulting. You know why I say that? Last 24 hours, there are like 50 people writing me in email and WhatsApp, writing to me and asking me how to do it, how to do it. I give you the high levels now, but the connections I cannot write to you. I got to actually do the connection. If you want me to provide this service, I can. Okay, I may have to set up a company to do it. If you are actually keen, write to me and say yes, I'm keen. That kind of thing. Everything needs connection there. Then I'll just help with the bridging and connections, all this. I can even happy to be a tour guiding you guys around Austin Heights, or equivalent services. So don't forget, I'm a businessman first, okay. I'm a businessman first, but I think it's quite a. Let me just say this, okay. Let me just say this that Singapore, is a wonderful home for all of us. But if you could have a extended house in Malaysia and live very well in Malaysia as well, so you have best of both worlds, right? Medical service, the complicated one, you come to Singapore. The easy one, you can go to Malaysia. Food and lodging, you can stay very comfortably here and come back and stay and play with our children and your grandchildren. You get the best of both worlds, right? And by the way, I don't encourage everybody to be a slave to your grandchildren. Okay? That means that every day take care of grandchildren. The children got to learn how to take care of their children as well. But you know, have best of both worlds, right? So I think it's okay, right? And it's not. And someone said, no, Mr. Lu, you always preach about prudence, preach about don't splurge, like I actually think that now this is actually wise using of money for retirement. Are you gonna are you gonna carry your money to the grave? I don't believe in giving my children too much money. Yeah. So 我赚这样多钱来做什么？ Right? I actually buy this house not just for personal enjoyment, but more importantly, a place where I can apex all my children together, right? I even think of all the wonderful things I could do there. So yeah. So I'm actually thinking of doing that. I haven't, just idea only, okay? Yeah. So, okay. Let's take some questions, shall we? And some comments, okay? Yeah, take some questions and comments, shall we? Anybody have a question? Someone said something. If you need to fly often, fly from Senai or airport or come back to Singapore, fly. I've come back to Singapore and fly. Okay, yeah. So, yes, about Austin Heights, okay? Now US people migrating KL. Yeah. Oh, wow. Joseph said that I live in United States. I thought Malaysia safer though. I agree. A lot of people narrow-minded, never freaking see, right? Keep thinking about Malaysia as a dangerous place. Okay. Uh, is there any shuttle bus to Austin Heights? I think drive there, or take a taxi, or take a Grab lah. Um, what is property tax like? To be frank, I don't know leh. Okay. Uh, is the water supply clean? Yeah, I don't know. Also, but I mean, there are water services and things like that lah. Okay. But water, I think is quite clean. Boil water and things like I think is okay. Does the traffic jam or thing bother you? There is some traffic. Traffic jam is good. It means a lot of people like to congregate there. Yeah, I actually like it. Okay. Now I don't need to go to work from Austin Heights. I'm a digital nomad and things like that. So actually quite good. How do you assess the valuation of property in JB? Go and see 50 houses, 10, 20, 30 houses, you will already understand. What's the difference between a link bungalow? Okay, mine is actually a semi-D. Link bungalow, actually I don't really know. Okay, so now link bungalow, that the one I saw link bungalow is the so this one face the front is no face the front, the side got no got gap between the next house, but the back side is linked to the next house. So that one is called link bungalow. My one, the side right at the end is linked to their house, so they call it a semi-D, and that's fine. How much I pay for this house? 1.95 million. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, why don't I choose KL, Penang, Bintan, Batam, and all this kind of place? Because it's closest. One drive, 20 minutes. If there's no jam, I reach there already. Yeah. So that's why I like. Okay. Yeah, jam is for blur and tourists. Exactly. That day when I went in, there was a jam. I go from behind. I never kena jam. Yeah. So Malaysia house landed is either pure bungalow or house that are linked with the side or back side. Yeah, I think so as well. I'm a non-Singaporean married to a Singapore woman. Can we buy house property in JB? Yes, 1 million and above for landed house, 500,000 and above for condo. I think. Have you ever considered Sanimong Cove? I have a cousin who have a house in Sanimong Cove. He bought for 8 years or 10 years. Value never gone up, and the place is quite deserted now. So the only thing I like there is that from the window I can throw a fishing line down and fish. I don't even know whether there's actually fish there. Other than that, I got no feeling. I paid 1.95 million ringgit. Okay. Um. Yeah. In KL, we don't use waste. Experience and lobang. Is your house 50 by 70? Yes. I was told that it's slightly above 50, and I don't really go and measure lah. Okay. Yeah. But it's like compared to my house, yeah, it's actually quite too big already for me. Okay. Yes. Where else? What's the next question? Any other question? Oh shucks. Okay. Um, any other questions? Princess Cove condo is just a causeway. You buy Princess Cove. Okay, Princess Cove, for those people who don't know, if you go to a causeway, is really like 100 meters from the causeway, CIQ like that. There's an overhead bridge you can walk across. I have a relative that right smack have a condo unit right there. It's good for people who travel in and out Malaysia lah. In and out Malaysia every day to work. But I really don't want to stay there. Too many cars, too many traffic, too many cars, too many traffic. Yeah. So air is bad and things like that. You should have a dog to protect my new landed house. Why do I need to protect? Nothing inside to steal. Yeah, my house is I don't unless they can leave the whole house and take to it. Inside got nothing for them to steal. Yeah. Princess Cove safe. I don't know the place. Horizon Hill, my opinion is that it's too far away from the city. I got a staff that stays in Horizon Hill. Deserted place, yeah, deserted place. Yeah. Princess Cove needs to walk 800 meters on a narrow, shaky, unstable bridge. It's actually 1.5 km to future RT. It's not walkable. That is not that bad, lah. The overhead bridge I walked there is not that bad. Do you take home loan? No, I didn't. Okay. How much home loan interest? I think it's about 4%, 3.74%. So it's actually quite okay. It's about same as Singapore actually. Yeah. A lot of people say, wow, your house will sure get robbed. And say, first of all, it's super garden gated. One day I'll do a live stream showing you guys the place. But but it's second of all, I got nothing inside for people to steal. Yeah. And that's what no, Mr. Lu, you gotta be careful. Once they see your house, they will come and rob you and whatever. Do you know that in Austin Heights, Mr. Lu is probably the poorest person there? Yes. Okay. My neighbors all have freaking Lamborghini and mega sports car, Ferrari, and all this. And of which the cheapest one, the most cheaper one is me with a Honda Visa. Yeah. So what I'm telling you is that I, I I got nothing to steal. Yeah. Target me is the wrong person. Okay. I didn't consider Danga Sutra. Okay. I heard it's a very nice place as well, but I didn't consider that. The reason is this, right? My relatives are all staying in Austin Heights. I'm familiar with the place. I fell in love with the place. What's the lowest price in Austin Heights? Slightly below 1 million you can get. Yeah, slightly. I think you have to do a lot of. I saw one 900 over 1,000, but you gotta do maybe spend 300,000 to make it up. Yeah, the PAP will say Malaysia is dangerous. No, the PAP will never say that. They cannot afford to make Malaysia angry. Okay. How many houses are there in Austin Heights? I don't know. Not. I really don't know. I cannot comment. I really don't know. Okay. Um, a lot of HDB landlord will be crying when the RTS thing become operational. Malaysia could just rent a Princess Cove. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I think so as well. My friend rented out his HDB at 3,000 and rented a semi-D in JB for 4,000 ringgit. See a surplus. Exactly what I said, right? This is is a very viable retirement life. Don't ever think that this is suffering, okay? This is, a lot of people say something is wrong, lah. Why I cannot retire in Singapore? Okay? Hey, this is like freaking paradise kind of life, right? Right? You can. So I'm sharing with you that there is this possibility for most Singaporeans to consider, right? It's actually a very high quality of life. Everybody is just afraid of traffic jam, afraid of I don't want security, all this kind of thing, right? Ah, yeah. Anyway, okay. What is the buyer's stamp duty? Yeah? I actually don't know. I know that legal plus buyer's stamp duty, everything about 6%. Okay. Um, where is that? Okay. Oh God. Okay. Um, yeah, the best of both worlds kind of retirement plan, right? Don't, yeah. So I'm asking everybody to be a bit more open-minded to consider this. Okay. Now, you might consider other place. I've got audience that wrote to me and say that, Mr. Lu, I bought a house in Desa Semerang. Some people say I bought a house in Horizon Hill and all this kind of thing. It's fine. He says it's fine for them, right? So, but my point is actually, it's actually an alternative, right? Better install water filter. Oh yeah, that's the easy thing. Mm, what's a good age for Singaporean to consider buying a property in JB? I cannot give you that. It's up to your needs, right? Even Dragon Tan, who is very young now, is very considering already. Um, can we engage your trusted agent and lawyer? As I said, I got to work out something, but if I can provide the service, I'm happy to provide the service commercially. Okay, yes. Do you need to report this property in Singapore? I don't see why you need to do that. But if I'm buying a new house in Singapore, I'll kena ABSD because I own it. But you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Um, no, what I mean is that I'm not gonna buy a second house in Singapore. Foreigners need to pay a consent fee of 20,000 or 2%, whichever higher. Yes. Okay. That's a consent fee. Yeah. So yes, you need to do that. How to get datuk? I don't think it's a question for me to answer. Okay. Um, you could have saved probably about 15%. 15% I bought is pandemic, but in pandemic I don't know when it's over. Yeah, pandemic is hard to say lah. It's over. This when your kids got grandkids, okay. Uh, when your kids got grandkids, I don't know, but my eldest daughter is 22 already. Okay. So I can plan 10 years ahead lah. Yes. Yes. Oh, no, 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 no. 1.95 million, that doesn't include the rest of commission. So I think all in maybe slightly above 2 million ringgit. Yeah. Now my house, I must admit, is on a slightly bigger size. Okay. There are smaller ones that are between, for foreigners, 1 million to $1.5 million. Those are very good sizes as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Last few questions. Okay. If you have two property in Singapore, is it okay to buy a property in JB? Why not? If you have the money, but you want to buy a property for what? You can ask yourself. Buy a property for investment or buy a property to have a like alternative holiday retirement life in for me, right? So if you want to have a lifestyle like me, yeah, wow, why not, man? There's nothing against it. Yeah. Okay. Remember, my house is while it looks like some mega number 1.95 million, is less than $600,000 Sing, which means that with 600,000, I don't even think you can buy a foreign flat right now. Okay, I don't think you can buy a foreign flat resale right now, right? So Singapore housing affordability is of course the government say that, oh, you can get a BTO in a non-mature estate. Yeah, lah, ask whoever say that, ask him to go and stay in the BTO. Okay. Do you ask the feng shui master to look at your house? It's a complicated question in my case also. Okay. Yeah. Do you how do you find quality of the building? Heard that there are many cases of leakage. So I actually engaged a, I don't know whether you see my video. I actually have a renovator who came in and helped me look at it and give me a quote and things like that. Yeah. So actually in my house in the roof there is a bit of leakage. So I think there's something to be done there. Yeah, I saw, Christine, I saw that DPM, Lawrence Wong say how HDB affordable. HDB the HDB is affordable only for BTO and non-mature estate. Yes. How much monthly rent for a place like yours? I don't know, 4,000 max, I think. Yeah. So don't bother. I don't even bother about renting. Don't rent. Don't rent out a house. In Malaysia, is no buy, don't rent out. Just enjoy the house there. Okay. Yeah, no worry about leakage, can be fixed very cheaply. Exactly. Do you realize Malaysia everything is very cheap? Someone asked me this. How can it be that in Malaysia, how can it be that in Malaysia I can buy such a big house for 600,000 Sing and equivalent, but in 600,000 Sing I cannot even buy you know you know if you have a you cannot even it takes $2 million to build up a house like this without even consider land cost. Yeah. uh you mentioned your neighbor has some datuk sign in the house. Does it give them preferential treatment? I don't know, not my immediate neighbor. In that Austin Height compound got a few datuk, other one for sure, because they very proud to put it out. I hope the next time when I pass by take a photo with them. Can rent a house in Singapore and rent in JB? I don't want to do that. Yeah, yes, but I want to come and stay in Singapore also. I want to have the best of both worlds. Would you consider, sorry, a lot of question now. Would you consider installing a home lift to future-proof house? No, I won't do that. Lah. If you haven't noticed, the best future-proofing of my life is to keep myself fit. Okay, you all agree that? Keep yourself fit. You may have noticed today I walked 30,000 steps, 21 kilometers. Yeah, that's incredible. Uh, 21 kilometers. Okay. Okay. Any problem with JB custom when you travel JB often? Yes, you need, if you are going in a lot, but 1 week, 2, 3 days, I don't think they care. My guess, okay? But in the long term, I will consider MM2H or a work visa. I have a Malaysian company, so work visa is it. If you watch some other videos, they recommend a lot of other visa and things like so I think there's there could be something there. Okay. Um, yes. So this is it. Many of you, what I'm surprised what the ministers don't say anymore because it hurt the Singapore feeling and then they may not vote for the government. But the government has said before, after 99 years, your HDB will go down to zero, one big fat zero. So for those people who buy foreign flat at $1.4 million, $1.2 million, they're out of freaking mind. But you know what? This JB house, okay, some of you may have question about JB house. I'll just say this. This JB house, I can hand it to my children and they can hand it to their grandchildren and their grandchildren can hand it to their grandchildren, barring no political, whatever, kind of thing. Yeah, right. So it is yeah, so it's freehold for me for my grandchildren and things like that, right? So I'm gonna put in my will and ask everybody to keep this place as for a Lu family to all gather during whatever, right? How many years GBL? 17 years, I think, 17 or 16 years or 18 years, somewhere around there. Hmm. Okay. Yep. So create this, make this place ultra nice so that everybody has a place to come for holiday. Then there's an incentive for all the children to want to gather and bring everybody together. Make just the place so nice. You cannot afford this kind of nice house in Singapore. This kind of nice house cost 10, $15 million in Singapore. Yeah, it's just just not wise spending of money. Even I can afford it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Okay. Any other question? Uh, your JB house got any good park to crop your steps? Yes. So the J that cl- that whole development, the development is I'm trying to think of the is almost like the whole of Sixth Avenue so big like that. I think so, very, very big, humongously big. So you can actually walk. Actually, that day I haven't cannot finish walking. It's too big to walk. Yeah. Okay. And it's the whole area is guarded and gated, like so it's incredible. 600,000 can buy half of Gilmore 5 room flat. Do I get a loan? No. How about Batam? Now some people tell me Batam is very I got no experience there, no family there, no relative there. I go there for what? Yeah. Okay. So so remember remember, I talked about a good retirement life before. A good retirement life, no, it's not just about money. It's not just about landed houses. That you should also have friends and connections and social life as well, and good health and good vitality. By the way, good vitality, for those people who miss out, please go get the ginseng. The orders are all closing already. You go watch my ginseng video. The orders are closing. Quite a few of you all bought ginseng. Go buy the high end ginseng. Okay, B, where's my ginseng? Can you pass me a ginseng? Uh, this I'm eating this ginseng now. Uh, this high end ginseng. You go watch my ginseng. You can get it from Shopee. In Premium Mall, Shopee page. Oh, you ordered, yeah, GS90. Yes, GS90. You'll be delivered in 3 to 5 weeks. Okay, 3 to 5 weeks. So this ginseng is very. This is 正官庄 总官庄 something like that. The highest grade one. Okay, very high end. Just gonna get yes. Okay, so back to so you must have vitality, you must have good health, you must have social life, you must have money, you must have, and the kind of thing. So all these must come together. Yeah. So I think that's very important. Is your house, is your Austin Height house opposite a water park? Yes, but the water park is closed down already. Um, were you eating GS92 previously? Yes. I ate it for 1.5 months. It was great as well. Great as well. But now just that if you're eating Magnolia ice cream and someone introduce you Haagen-Dazs, we eat Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Of course, right? Yeah, of course. So after, it's just, yeah. So the price difference not like a lot, just go for it. When you stay in Malaysia, good health variety comes quickly and easily. Yeah. Any unpleasant experience with unreliable agent in JB? Any bad experience? There are tons of them. So do not buy a house just from Property Guru, okay? I just say again that you'll lose money. They say, but Mr. Lu, you recommend people go Malaysia house. But I also tell you, trust no one, okay? Yes. When it comes to Malaysia, very dangerous, okay? Yeah, connections are important. Mm, any other cost? I even, in the house, I even took all half the furniture of the existing house owner already, yes. So I don't know any other house, okay? Mm, Master Ginseng, okay? Thank you, Nixon, okay? Why spend more? Okay, wait. Okay, cool. All right, good. Okay. Any other last question? Last 1 minute. If not, I'll call it a night. Okay. So I hope that I've explained. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I've explained how the buying process works and things like that, my experience or so. Anybody have any questions? Please come look for me. My email is open. I'm happy to reply questions as well. You know, email is good. You know, just write me. I'll reply you when I'm free. I owe a lot of people a lot of email. I haven't replied yet. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. So with this, good night, everybody. And I hope that you can consider, right? There's this option right now available for you. Okay. Mm. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Okay. Okay. Everybody, please hit subscribe. Okay, and please hit subscribe and follow. Okay. Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Good. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you. I hope Mr. Lu become popular in JB and well, so well done. I know who is very popular in Malaysia. Wang Lei. Yeah, Wang Lei. Yes. Do I buy under my name? B. We're still thinking about that. Yeah, probably only one of us. Thanks. Congrats. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Okay. Think about this option. Think about this option. Okay. It's very achievable by many Singaporeans. Okay. Very achievable by many Singaporeans. Good night, everybody. Appreciate your time. Okay. Thank you.